Gabby the game night, Gabby the game night, Gabby the game night, yay.
Hey, it's Gabby the Game Night here, and I am back playing small Paul just H-Turn Mountain Vegas. And it's July 10th, 1:40 p.m. DISTROUTDENDENTLOBBYNO.2. Apollo, I can't believe it. It really happened during the second act? And right in the middle of Lamar's performance? The reason my shit is in the air, right? And that switch and the flaming guitar. And you link it all together. That's what you end up with.
I knew you had what it took.
There's a boy! Ah, Daddy! Mr. Wright, you believed in me?
Not really.
Huh?
I just thought it'd make a cooler entrance than say, hiya.
Why do I even bother hoping? Where have you been lately, Daddy? You haven't been coming to the office at all.
Sorry about that, Trucy. I'm on a secret mission.
Secret? You mean like you're undercover? Like Mr. Tooth, only shorter and not as well dressed. Oh no, what have you shot too, Daddy?
Would I do a thing like that to you? Anyway, I'm off for a while again.
Huh? You're leaving?
Oh, one thing before I go.
What?
Good luck.
Right.
Phoenix Wright.
Is that all you came to say?
I think you have things pretty much under control. You'll get Maki Tobae off the hook, no doubt.
Off the hook? Like Sprit... Yeah, but...
But you're after that detective, aren't you?
10%.
It won't be easy proving he did it. Especially not under the current court system.
Court system?
What did Prosecutor Gabby say during the trial? Your case is based on one fragile assumption. Namely, that our diva divine is telling the truth.
What about all the proof? The pooch and the switch?
A piece of jewelry and a lyrical blunder. There are plenty of other ways to explain these things. The flaming guitar, too. All because you lack definitive proof of their connection to the case.
But...
If the sultry songstress is lying, your case melts like butter in a frying pan, leaving behind the faintly singed scent of failure.
So what do I do?
Like I said, good luck. And be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. I could go for a biscuit right now. Oh, that reminds me. I have something to give you from our detective friend.
Detective Sky. Emma?
Let's see. This bag of snacks here was meant for me. Ah, here it is.
What are those, Daddy? They don't look like very good snacking material.
They were found at the scene. Analysis of the fragments revealed traces of gunpowder.
Gunpowder?
Probably a firecracker or something similar, like the ones kids are into these days. These fragments were found under the sofa at the scene of the crime, actually.
Oh, and that's why the igniter was on the sofa. To make the gunshot sounds. During the third act. Under the sofa. Hey, Apollo! That's where I found that little device thingy.
Under the sofa backstage.
Right, this. Well, fine, some evidence that makes sense.
That's all from me, I suppose. See you after the verdict, maybe.
Right.
Every man has an igniter inside him.
Excuse me?
Find Darren Christian's igniter and set it off.
What, huh? And he walked out the door, just like a magician, normally. What does he want us to do? No conventional methods? What does that mean? I guess we just have to take his advice and hope and maybe when the time comes. I guess. Almost at the finish line. Hang in there, Trucy. Judge, I'll give you a crisp $5 bill to put this guy in prison.
Judge, I'll give you a crisp $5 foot long.
Judge, I'll judge. July 10th, 1:55 p.m. District Court, number 3. Court is now back in session. Prosecutor Gavin, where's Detective Crescent?
In the witness lounge, ready to be called at any time.
Very well.
Might I add, I don't believe any of this. Darian was the first detective I ever worked with. We stopped working together when he moved to Criminal Affairs Division 3. But his guitar playing, it fires my imagination. And his love making, oh, never mind.
That's nice, but has nothing to do with the mailman. Correct?
Oh, I know. Hair forehead. I call Darian Hairhead.
Very well, call the following witness to the stand, Detective Darian Crescent.
Yo, look at me over here, jumping off the wires. I'm like a Mega Man god in this video. Name and occupation, please. Fuck, why don't you do his voice for this? We never settled on.
You did his voice 223 times already.
I did 223 different voices.
We'll do 224.
Darian Crescent, Detective, Criminal Affairs, Division 3. That's the International Affairs Division, for those of you who didn't know.
Nobody fucking cares.
And I'm a guitarist for the Gabiners. Maybe you've heard of us?
Even less people care. Do you fully understand the circumstances in which you stand before us today?
Yeah, I understand, Your Honor. What I don't understand is how you let this happen, partner. You gave me your word I wouldn't be standing here. Situations change, Darian. And don't call me partner.
Not in the code.
Call me master. So much for old friends.
I see what you're doing, Darian. You're pressing the prosecution.
Pressing.
Your Honor, if we could begin the trial, please. Instead of this lover's quarrel over here. Yes, it's high time we did. Let's hear your testimony. You may begin with your response to Amor's testimony. If, in fact, you have anything to say about it.
Oh, I got plenty to say. Lying must be a national pastime in Bulgaria. And wherever you're from, Mr. Justice. Ha! I'm from Whoville.
Conventional methods out of the window, huh? Here goes nothing.
I look like
Shoots
a
him in the
Pokemon.
face.
Apollo kind of looks like a Pokemon.
Apollo looks like a Pokemon.
Yeah, kind of.
Phoenix just throws a Pokeball. Apollo, go!
Apollo, I choose you.
Use cords of steel.
The diva's lying, plain and simple. She's got nothing to back up her story. In the first place, she never heard my voice. If she did, she wouldn't recognize it because it's always different. And she forgot the words because she heard gunshots. As if. Didn't Detective Emma Sky hear those gunshots in the third set anyway? The shooting took place when I was on stage, man.
Ha!
Oh, you claim Lamar's testimony was a lie.
My brother is here. Not my Canadian brother, my other brother.
Don't get me wrong, I dig what she's doing, trying to protect that kid. And she's got the court eating vague statements out of her hand just because she's blind. Oh man, I had a sound effect for that. I wasn't prepared. You go too far, Darian. Look, all I'm saying is, you've got a reliable witness. Why not listen to the detective?
Detective Sky? I see. Mr. Judge, you may begin the cross-examination. He didn't waste any time finding out weak spot. Can't do this with Lamar's testimony alone. I had to find some other way to prove when the shooting took place. Let's go, Shark Boy. Ba-boom! Actually, I was that too.
Yeah, and a Pokeball. Which means you heard them too, right? The gunshots?
Yes. We heard gunshots. Neither I nor Emma actually saw the shooting.
Heh. Guess you and Lamarck got the same excuse then. We know one thing for certain here. There were gunshot-like sounds that emanated from that room during the third set. What we must determine is whether those sounds were actually gunshots.
Marky heard them too. Remember he said he ran for the air duct when he heard them? So, how do we figure out just what those gunshots during the third set were? Yeah, it's pretty obvious what they were if you...
Obviously.
Yeah, it's obvious. It's obvious. This firecracker. This isn't false evidence like Phoenix gave us before, right? Some things were found at the crime scene after yesterday's trial. What things? First was this small device.
That's the remote triggered igniter.
Correct. And one more thing. What are those? The remains of something burnt? Not another guitar, I hope.
Traces of gunpowder were found on these fragments. We have a report that it was something like a firecracker.
How did Gabby know about this?
What, you think Detective Sky works for you? I received the report this morning before coming here. That's when I made my decision, actually.
What decision is this, Prosecutor Gavin?
I registered Darren as a witness in today's trial. Just in case.
This raises another possibility. Those gunshot-like sounds during the third set could have been two firecrackers rigged to go off by remote control.
Well, obviously it's not that, because that's just too easy.
Ha ha ha! You got an active imagination, don't you? But you shouldn't say every little thing you think.
Hair.
Your explanation there seems a bit too convenient to me.
How so?
So, you're saying these firecrackers just happened to go off? Right when two witnesses came walking by? Ha! That's a good one.
That's right. Darren was on stage when it happened, Apollo. How do you know someone's backstage right then?
If a firecracker goes off in the forest and there's no one there to hear. You get my drift? Why go through the trouble, man?
How do I explain this?
You may not look it, but Darren is a gifted detective. Show any weakness and he's sure to find it.
He may not look it, partner. Gee, thanks, man.
That reminds me. I happened to pass through that very hallway several times that day myself. And I saw something odd there just before the third set.
Something odd?
A headset, the kind all of the band and staff members were wearing.
That's right. We picked this up in front of the door. Oh, was it on? They heard us walking by and they pressed the button because he heard us walking by because the headset?
What if that headset wasn't dropped, but placed? And what if it was turned on?
You could hear what was going on in that hallway, even if you're out on stage. Thanks for helping me, buddy, prosecutor.
Whose side are you on, Gavin?
Listen to me, Darian. There are no sides in a court of law. Which is why I now turn to you, Herr Forehead. I have a question for you.
Huh? For me?
The igniter and the burnt fragments that were found at the scene of the crime. It's certainly a possibility that they were part of a ruse to fake the sound of gunshots. Throw the headset from the hallway into the mix, and you could fabricate an alibi. But we're still no closer to proving anything.
Damn it.
Keep wanting to do a sound effect of that, but I'm too slow. These gunshots might have been real or fake. We can't say. Ugh. You've raised the possibility that the shots heard during the third set were faked. Now you need to prove the other half of the case.
The other half?
Why are you stealing my voice?
I'm doing it all now. I'm bored.
Look, I'll just tell him. He wants you to prove the thing went down in the second act, while our little piano player was on stage. That right, Gavin?
Indeed. If you can't prove that, bang. Then to continue this cross-examination would be pointless.
Well, Mr.
Justice,
can you prove the crime took place during the second act?
Set.
Fuck off!
Yeah, I think. You'd better know, Apollo, otherwise we're through. It can be proven!
You make it sound like someone else is going to come along and do it.
I hope so, because I don't know what I'm doing! Let's continue the cross-examination then, shall we? Witness, your testimony, if you would. This isn't going to be easy. Need some decisive proof and fast.
You ready, kid? 'Cause I am.
Okay, Shark Boy. I guess let's stop pressing. Hold it. You don't have any proof she was lying.
Oh yeah, kid? You saying I lied?
Yes. No, I'm just saying, Apollo, glare back at him. I couldn't help it, I flinched by reflex. Detective Crescent.
Yeah, what do you want?
Nothing. Apollo, chin up, back straight, you're wilting. This guy's hard as nails. He makes Rocky look downright cooperative.
Look, there's no way the diva remembers my voice.
You never talked to her, even though you're playing in the same concert?
Not aware as far as I can recall.
But weren't there planning sessions or something?
Gavin took care of that all by himself. Darian wasn't involved in any of the meetings with her. As if you can just go around remembering everyone's voice like that anyway. Only an idiot would believe that.
Mama's hearing is very sensitive. She could remember him if she heard him. I'm sure of it. I just can't prove it. And I need proof! I need proof! We know she missed the words. The mixing good bird proved it.
Oh yeah, there was a mistake. But blaming it on gunshots is just a lame excuse.
What do you mean?
The mixing board proves what? It proves there was a mistake in the song? A missed cue? So, she just flubbed it up big time, that's all. She spins the story about a gunshot to protect the kid and cover for her own goof. Man, I'd have to hand it to her if she wasn't sticking to me at the same time. Bang. I'm not even trying now, I give up. Darian, watch what you say. Lamourar is an artist. She just flubbed it up? That's no small accusation for a performer of her caliber. She got to you, all right. I can see it in your eyes. This could be our last goodbye. I tell you, most of her stuff is so pretentious it's over my head.
Taking a rift in the governor's ranks.
Anyway, she's too close to the defender. Her testimony can't be trusted. If you ask me, I'd go with Detective Sky story at the drop of a pick. I thought that was prick for a second.
But the gunshots heard during the third set could have been...
What, some kind of setup? I've heard that one before.
We need proof, Apollo. We need to prove that the shooting took place during the second set. If you know how to do that, I'm all ears. Maybe the gunshots are the key after all. What do you mean? Well, Lamar said she heard them, right? In the middle of her illusion, when she was up above the ceiling. And she forgot the words to the song, yeah? You can prove the gun was shot right when she missed those lyrics. We're home free, I think. True, not easy, but true. Is there some way to prove that? Let's take a look through our evidence. Maybe there's something in there.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be cross-examining me?
Right, we're afraid for private discussions on cross-examination, Mr. Justice. Right, Your Honor. Sorry. Let me take a look through this court record. It's pretty eager to paint Lamar as a liar, isn't he? Yeah, because her testimony is basically our entire case. This is tough, so what do we do? I've got a few ideas. Just need to find another way to prove it. There, however he says it. Where the frick would we prove when the gunshots took place? Yeah, like we're hearing gunshots here. So you think there's some kind of firecracker? Yeah, one of those noisemakers, like you show off for New Year's. Do you know that in China they use firecrackers on New Year's to scare off evil? So it's kind of the same thing. Really? I had no idea. Well, did you know this? It takes more than 500 peanuts to make one 12-ounce jar of peanut butter? It's my useless fact had something to do with the evidence. But it doesn't help.
The hell was that?
What?
I feel like you're in a Muppet Blues band.
What proof do I have that took place in the second set?
Lamar, Lamar, Lamar.
Okay, things that definitely aren't proof. My badge.
Doesn't have a screw on the back.
Huh?
What's that?
I don't know, I guess like fucking screws into his fucking jacket.
It's fucking... I know what you meant, but it sounded really fucking weird.
What?
Yeah, just keep twirling around. Maybe the answer will come to you.
Spin.
Spinning around, spinning around, spinning around. Ow, I just got like a pain under my eye. Out of nowhere.
Anyway, definitely not the lyric sheet. Definitely not investigation first. Probably not the revolver itself, I guess.
Okay, it's not the fucking keys.
Yeah,
Just
probably
present the damn mixing board.
not. Mixing. Did you Google that?
No, but you said you'd come back to it, so I figured let's do it.
Okay.
Maybe you were gonna just come back to it,
Okay.
so why not now?
It seems that was clear proof.
Oh, yeah, I thought that was my dialogue.
Right hand Namor song. What exactly is this device thingy? A new variety of gramophone, perhaps? Come on, don't get me started on gramophone. This device was used to record the performance part by part. Part?
The volume. Each instrument is adjustable separately. Lamar's voice included.
Oh, what is this proof? During Lamar's testimony, at the moment of the shooting, she forgot the words to the song.
Ah, you intend to examine a recording at the moment, yeah? We might...
Exactly.
Ridiculous. How are you supposed to get gunshots back in that dressing room out on stage? Have you forgotten, Darian? We were all wearing these headsets. Oh! We were all deeply involved in our performance, but Lamar's headset would have picked up what she heard all the same.
Then let's get to analyzing that recording. Right now! I'm gonna stop singing. She put the shots fired. Find that spot, find the gunshots.
Yo, I can buy a vending machine on Team.
Okay, that's probably too loud.
Agreed.
Like, yeah, probably. That Lamo's voice. Oh yeah, play that loud bang. Can't hear that one though. Ah, Apollo, you're too loud!
What the hell happened there?
Your Honor, listen closely to this part. This is the track of Lamar's vocals. I did hear something faintly there, yes. Why, it sounded like a gunshot.
What? This has to be some kind of mistake.
I believe a case has been made. Gunshots were heard during the second set, which means Lamorar's testimony was true.
Order! So, she was telling the truth about what she heard.
There was another man speaking out, Mr. Latouche.
Well, what'd he say?
It's over. Press the switch now.
Just after that, there was a gunshot, and then the guitar caught on fire.
Detective Crescend, you weren't on stage during the second set. You could have done it.
Why'd we only have one gunshot on the recording? Weren't 2 bullets fired from this weapon? Lamar was moving through the air, Your Honor. She must have not been close enough for Mike to catch the first shot. Then, as she passed over the dressing room, the gun fired again, and Mr. Latouche's life was taken.
Bang.
Well, Detective Crescent? I would only fire one shot.
Once again, I am reminded of something. Our performance that day.
Your performance?
Seeing the mixing board jogged my memory. You were there too, Hair Forehead. What is it with today? Problem after problem. My cocoon. My hog won't start. My guitar case is busted. My guitar has been burnt to a crisp, and to top it all off, someone's dead. And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about?
This part is off.
Which is that? Second guitar. Ah! It was you, Darian. I thought it strange at the time. How could you miss such a simple cue? I know you. I know how you play. You're better than that.
Yeah, well,
You what? And plus you're Gabby, what are you getting at?
Talking about the murder weapon, Mr. Latouche's .45 caliber hand cannon. As we have learned, even the shooter doesn't go unscarred with a revolver that size. The kickback is enough to dislocate your shoulder, if you're an amateur.
Wait. You mean his playing was affected because he hurt himself shooting with that revolver?
Ha! You're forgetting something.
Yes, Detective Crescent?
I'm a trained police officer, you know. I've had firearms training, plenty of it. I'm no amateur.
Standard sidearm mission to police officers, a .38 caliber weapon. A much tamer beast. Also, the murder weapon belonged to the victim, Mr. Latouche, which suggests there was a struggle between killer and victim.
So, the killer might not have been holding the revolver correctly when he fired. Is that what you mean?
I thought, okay.
The thought had occurred to me, yes. Well, does the witness have anything to say to this? Detective Crescent!
What I want to ask is what Mr. Sleeves wrote up ready for action has to say. Hey, you, attorney.
Me?
Exactly. Which piece of your evidence is decisive again? You got a little noise on a tape that could be anything. And you have an alleged guitar cue missed due to a .45 caliber kickback? I weep for this case, Gavin. I really do. You can line up your little weak piece of evidence all you want. I didn't shoot that manager. And that's the obvious truth. Because Stone Cold said so.
The witness has a point. The defense's arguments, while persuasive, are not decisive. I believe we should hear what the witness has to say in response to the case so far. Your testimony, please, Detective Crescent. Tell us your reasons why you couldn't have done it. Number 1, I didn't do it. Number 2, didn't want to do it.
Come on, why do I even want to kill that manager? You want a reason? Easy. I got an motive, man. This was that diva's first trip to our country, right? How could I possibly know her manager? Like, if I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him?
A simple reason indeed. Plus you're Gabby. Is it the case that Mr. Latouche had not been to our country before?
According to our records, yes, not even once.
I see. Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination. Wait, I didn't find motive.
Okay, just present something right away. I don't want to do a lot of dialogue.
No. Alright, maybe. But probably no. So you didn't fraternize with him at all during the concert?
Fraternize? Ha! I don't think we exchanged a single fucking word. As if anyone would want to talk to that old Eastern blockhead. Now the ladies, that's a different matter altogether. So you see...
You sure about that?
What? Wipe that look off your face before I do it for you. Listen, you try throwing one of your wild accusations, I'll throw it back at you so hard you'll forget you're accusing whom of what. Where, when, why, and how, bitch.
Hair, forehead. Perhaps it's best if you let your evidence do the talking. Yeah? See? Even Clavier wants you to present something.
Ha ha, man, what evidence? That's what I want to know.
So he's using the smoke glass and ammunition, huh? Well, I've got ammunition too. Evidence. I'm gonna shoot him with it. What did I say? It's a sample. Sample, huh? I think the ball big enough label. Maybe it's to keep people from eating it by mistake. Yes, they might think it was an otherwise tasty, multicolored lump of plastic. Maybe it's the manufacturer sample toys when you can't afford the real thing. Sounds like a company Mr. Wright would like. I'm so smart, in fact. Your Honor, take a look at this. What's that? Looks like candy. It's not. Don't lick it, please. Detective Sid, ever seen this?
Looks like a piece of candy.
What it is evidence. Don't lick it before you try it. Specifically, there's a replica of a cocoon. It's found among the victim's belongings. A cocoon? Never seen one that color.
It is a variety found only in the Republic of Virginia. Nowhere else.
Alright, but what's this cocoon replica doing in my country? Surely this has nothing to do with the motive for killing Mr. Tooth, does it? It does. Wait, I think it does.
You don't sound so confident, man.
A cocoon. One of those silky cocoons. The kind they can make, well, silk out of. Not this one. This cocoon makes a powerful curative. A curative? What?
Apparently it is most efficacious. Apparently it is most efficacious at treating a disease thought incurable. It is the only medicine of its kind. However, it is illegal to take one of these healing cocoons out of Virginia.
Whatever for? If it's such a miracle cure, why not share it with the world? Yeah, that's what I've been wondering.
We looked into the matter at some length. Apparently, it isn't difficult at all to manufacture the remedy from the cocoon. Yet if you change the process only slightly, you can easily make a large quantity of something else entirely. A deadly poison, in fact.
What?
There was an incident several years ago where some of these got onto the black market. Caused quite the commotion in the global community, though the media was kept largely unaware.
Intriguing.
All this has led to a strict ban on the cocoon's export. One rigidly enforced by Interpol, among others.
Interpol? Right. The victim, Romain Latouche, was an Interpol agent. Detective Crescent, you insist on referring to him as a manager, but that is misleading. Romain Latouche wasn't killed as a manager. He was killed as an undercover agent.
So I was trying to smuggle this gumball into the country? That's what you're trying to say?
I'm saying that could well be a motive for murder.
Oh, so I was going to sell on the black market and make myself a pretty penny? Ridiculous. I mean, totally unthinkable.
Unthinkable, you say. Why? it's time for another testimony about the smuggling of cocoons business.
Internal Affairs got a memo about these cocoons. Interpol's all hot and bothered about them. Can't sell them on the black market. Too dangerous. Yeah, cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative anymore. Man, I'm in international affairs. I know the deal.
Indeed. Interpol wanted these cocoons banned after sending Mr. O'Tooze on her cover.
Kids think of the craziest things, but no way am I going to risk life and limb. Just to get my hands on some dirty cocoon money.
Not the most noble of statements, but duly noted.
According to reports, these cocoons top Interpol's list. Selling them to an underground organization would be risky.
Very well. You may begin the cross-examination. It's the only motive I've got. He was up to something. I'm going to find out what. Dangerous?
Yeah, Interpol finds you. They arrest you on the spot. Another marketer might think you're a part of a sting and take you out himself. Times have changed.
But won't scarcity drive up prices?
Yeah, and attention. Every gangster and his brother would want a piece of that action. They'd turn your forehead into Swiss cheese before you could say, "Objection!" Maybe we could get them to cut his hair, too.
Who's on trial here again?
Man, you so obviously know nothing about the market.
And that's a bad thing?
Don't even try to mess with me about this stuff.
That's why you know how to find a loophole in the system.
Hey, you can say what you want about me, but back off on international affairs. Ain't no loopholes, okay? What do you think we are, Boy Scouts?
That wasn't what I was trying for.
Down, Darian. It's as you say. There are no loopholes, at least in the case of these cocoons. International Affairs, Interpol, and Lamborghini Customs are all watching. See, we know what we're doing. Not like some yippy little doggies that lap up every word that Diva says.
Why I oughta?
Oughta what? You want some of this? Chill, both of you. Let's do this cool, yeah?
Screw cool, I want this guy's head on a stick! Upka has to be key to the motive. There's got to be a way to find out what he was up to. What he was up to. I didn't mean to press that! Shut up! Who said anything about song? God, I'm so smart! Why choose a less dangerous buyer then? I would.
How clueless are you? Everyone in the mark is dangerous. Second they found out I was a cop, I could kiss my keys to goodbye.
Why sell to a black market buyer? How about someone like this? That article! That's about the Chief Justices! A deadly poison can be extracted from the cocoon. So can a cure. Not a cure for any disease. A cure for incuritis. Incuritis? I've heard of that somewhere. Went to visit a victim of the disease this morning. Aha! Why, that's the disease the Chief Justice's son has. You aren't saying. Our witness is a detective. We have contact with the Chief Justice. You are saying. Chief Justice would never deal in contraband. Not even to save his own son's life. But even if the deal went through, why, it'd be an international scandal. That's technical sins insurance. If it ever got out, the one with his neck on the line would be the Chief Justice. 100%, is this true?
First I'm a murderer, now I'm a smuggler. How many crimes are you trying to pin on me, anyway?
Taste-wise is the thing, but the Chief Justice will the buyer. Why a seller go hope for a better deal? A cowardly seller.
Don't let Sleeves over there trick you.
Fuck you.
So I made a deal with the Chief Justice. Where's your proof?
Well,
Yeah, and you're forgetting one other important thing.
do tell.
Interpol isn't the only ones out there watching this. Bulgarian Customs barely sleeps. They're so worried about cocoons getting out.
So we were informed. Let's continue the cross-examination. So how strict is this customs check?
Way straight. They keep planes on the ground for hours. I do recall it being a bit extreme. They were even confiscating gumdrops and marshmallows.
Yes, it'd be hard to distinguish them. That's right, Gabby was okay, wasn't he?
I remember setting off the metal detector several times. I had to practically strip naked to walk through.
Here's a travel tip for you, Gavin. Leave the bling at home, you glimmerous fop. That's pretty extreme.
But Guinea has this rep as an idyllic, laid-back place. Truth is, they're beyond hardcore with security. The Republic of Guinea is a peaceful, pleasant country. So this level of security shows us how truly concerned they are about these cocoons. That's the situation.
Hey man, I thought we were ready to get coons out of the outro right now. You're in a position to know quite a bit about smuggling.
Yeah, I need to know a bit for work, sure. But all we get are reports on the failed smuggling ops. Not exactly something you want to go copying. But if you want, I can tell you a few of them. Maybe you'll succeed and get rich.
I'll be interested in hearing, purely from a legal perspective, of course. I would be for a judicial system. I think that has to be the key. A way to get them out. What about inside a guitar? I'm so freaking smart! Actually, there's one way.
What?
One way to get something out of the country. No checks. What is it? You become a prosecutor. Prosecutor?
I don't believe it.
Believe it, Prosecutor Gavin. What was it you told me yesterday at your office?
It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. A guitar befitting a woman like Lamarar.
How did I end up here?
I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing it that night, and she made a present of it.
So this guitar is from Bulgaria?
That it is. We couldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in air pressure and humidity ruined the wood. So we vacuum packed it in Lamarar's studio. I used a special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence. They brought it right up to my office for me. Pristine and untouched.
Did I get that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Untouched?
Quite. The guitar was wrapped in several sheets and vacuum packed in Bulgaria. The package was untouched until the day of the concert. Are you saying that guitar was...
With the cocoons this small, it would have been very easy to use your guitar as a mule for smuggling a cocoon out of Bulgaria. What? Which reminds me, Prosecutor Gavin. That guitar had some work done recently, right? Work?
Good memory, Hair Forehead. Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front? It's called the sound hole. Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort.
A broken device?
Yes, this in fact.
An igniter! Exactly. Consider this, if you will. What if that igniter wasn't the only thing that was attached inside the guitar? You mean...
He means this, of course.
There was a way to get Cocoon out of the country. They could use Picky Prosecutor Gavin's privilege of guitar as a mule. And who better do that than someone with access? Like a member of the band.
Yark!
Order! So the igniter
Was placed in there for a clear reason, it seems.
it was a safety precaution. A precaution?
Ah, hair forehead. At last, it all comes together.
A very strange thing that happened that day. Care to review? Maestro? Oh, okay, I got it.
First, my keys were stolen, a harmless misdemeanor, which forced me to break the lock on my guitar case.
The key was stolen to retrieve the cocoon from the guitar. I see. But things didn't go so well. The smuggler wasn't counting on the guitar being wrapped. Only a member of the band could get near that case. Unwrapping the guitar would raise too many suspicions. And then the concert began. Right about this time, a very large problem presented itself to the smuggler. What's that? Mr. Latouche.
Mr. Latouche, an undercover agent, was on to something. He would have known about the guitar. He'd only had to check the shipping records. So, Mr. Latouche tried to examine the guitar himself.
The cocoon would confiscate, then the gig would be up. The only thing left for the smuggler to do was to get rid of the whole lot. Guitar burst into flames and the cocoon was lost. And then Mr. Latouche died.
With Lamoureux there to witness it.
There's your case.
Brilliant, man.
Executive consent.
Gotta know, you make all that up on the fly? Makes a great deal of sense, Darian. The Republic of Virginia. Sorry, man, but I ain't even been there. True, you haven't. Let's see you make up a story for that kid. How'd I hide the cocoon in the first place, huh?
It's not so hard to imagine. You had help. A beginning accomplice. That's all. They had an accomplice who was clear from the start. The voice Lamoureux heard proves it. So, press it now. He made this transmission from backstage, while your co-conspirator was on stage. But who was it? Is it the coup de grace? For once I know what I'm doing.
Apparently not enough to not save, though.
Well, it's just being sure. It's like one person who could have helped him. So Mr. Justice has to say that. But be warned. Great accusation comes great responsibility. Make up your answer on the fly as well, and you'll be harshly penalized. Are you ready, Mr. Justice? Will the smuggler's accomplice? Well, let's see how many Bulgarians we know. 2. And she was a witness in the event. There's only one person who meets all the requirements of an accomplice. That person is the defendant, Maki Tobaye. But Mr. Justice, he's your client.
A defense attorney accusing his client? That's a new one.
I assure you, no one's more unhappy about this than I. But I'm here to defend him in the murder of Mr. Latouche. And I stand by my statement earlier that he is innocent of that particular crime. Indeed, the defendant is Bulgarian. He doesn't meet the basic requirements to be an accomplice. But what if it was, in fact, Lamoureux? It couldn't have been. Oh, you seem sure of yourself. The reason is electronic signals, Your Honor. Electronic signals? Recall that this remote only works to a range of 30 feet. Beyond that, it's useless. Yes, that's true. Now think back to the testimony. Monsieur made his transmission. Lamar is in the air vent. What about the dressing room where the shoe stood? Let's look at the stage diagram. Here's the area that the remote control could reach from the air vent. Well, looking at this, it seems that Lamar could so have done the deed. No. When the shoe made that transmission, the stage was slightly different than shown here. It was in the middle of the guitar serenade. Part of the stage was raised. Prosecutor Gavin and the Lamar stand and were in the air. They were on a tower which happens to be 15 feet tall. In other words, the remote could have looked from Lamar's position in the air vent. Ah? Well, Detective Percent, what do you say to that?
Your Honor,
Yes, Detective?
could we see the video where Gavin's guitar burns? Just one more time?
Well, I don't see why not. What? Don't tell me he has a way out of this.
I have a way out of this, Your Honor. Ah ha ha. Too bad, so sad, punk.
Punk?
See him?
Plus your sleeves, then kid, now punk. You're losing rank fast, Apollo. Exactly what we're supposed to see in this video?
The problem isn't in what we see, correct, Arian? Right, it's what you hear. We are musicians after all.
Can you care to explain for us non-musicians?
Sure thing, punk. Let me get your yarn straight first. You saying I ordered the wee pianist to set off that igniter? That right?
Yes.
Well, in order to do that, he'd have to press the switch. Am I right?
Okay.
Well, take another listen. Pay attention to the piano.
Piano? What seems to be the problem there? The piano sounds just fine.
That's the problem, man. You still don't get it?
Ah.
Yeah, how's he supposed to hit that switch if he's playing? You've got Miss Diva, the guitar, the bass, the piano, and the drums. The only one with her hands free was the diva.
Lamar.
But according to you, she couldn't have been the accomplice, could she?
Look.
Your accomplice would have had a hard time helping out if they couldn't even press the switch. Such rude.
Piano plays non-stop. Can't press that switch. Well, Mr. Justice, piano doesn't seem to be playing with the car catches fire. Well,
It's okay, we all make mistakes sometimes.
Apollo, were you wrong? I can't be wrong. Everything makes perfect sense. How could it all just...
Strange.
What's strange?
No, it's just something's odd about the performance there.
Odd? Mr. Justice, Marquito Bay didn't press that switch. They could not be the accomplice you claim he is. But everything points to it. Every fact says he's the accomplice.
You got the facts wrong, man. Here's some facts for you. Gavin's guitar was on fire. But the pianist didn't press that switch. In other words, your story is full of holes.
Mr. Justice, see if I
Holes, man, it's full of holes.
Now, was event Maki to by the accomplice.
Yeah, he was playing the
Yeah, it's a
piano.
reflector, everything you said. Give it some thought.
He was playing the piano with his feet during that segment.
Paul, if Maki's not the accomplice, the whole case is ruined. I know that has to be him. He was the only one who could have helped the smuggler. How do we press that switch? Hey, better find a way to prove it. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? There has to be something that doesn't fit. Something odd. Odd. Wait a second. What, you thought of something? What was Kevin saying just now?
Strange.
What's straight? Do we need a flashback for 2 seconds?
No, it's just something's odd about the performance there.
How much to go on? That's all I've got. Like an extra piano note or something? I don't know. Exactly here, that was odd. Almost on Mr. Oh, maybe I should listen. Probably a good idea to actually listen. Everything else will be fine. That like really high pitch note supposed to be there. Yeah. Seems odd compared to all the other notes. I remind you that everything rests on this. Can you prove Maki to obey? Press that switch. Say fine. Can you prove that Maki to obey? Press that switch. I can prove it. I can prove it. I can prove it. I don't know if you call this proof per se, but I can prove it was possible.
Then, as prosecutor, it falls to me to ask you to show us evidence supporting this. Herr Forehead, you're sure about this? I accept it. There's no evidence, man.
Let's see your evidence, Mr. Justice. What do you base your claim that the man pressed the switch? Milk some blood. Base for my claim is music, Your Honor. Music? What about music? Let's listen to the piano part. Around the time of the switch was to be pressed, right above the guitar burst into flame. I don't know.
Piano being played.
My piano being played. But doesn't it sound kind of simple? Simple?
I think I know what he's suggesting. You think Maki could have played that part with one hand?
One hand? You only need one hand to press that switch. You could play the piano with the other.
Ah, what? So now you're some kind of piano savant?
Actually no.
Then what do you know? You can't play a part like that with one hand.
Ugh. Maybe, I don't know. Wait, I know. That's still Paul. Wait, I know. Hey, Trucy. Yeah, you got something? Mr. Wright, your father, he's a pianist. Could he... Oh, Daddy? You couldn't play a part like that even if you had 3 hands.
So sorry, so sad for you.
No, not really.
Huh?
That's the easier way. It's always the hard way.
Man, how are you going to prove whether he played with one hand or two? You can't!
I admit it will be rather difficult to prove. It's highly likely he was playing with one hand.
How do you know that?
Who's the prosecutor Gavin described as sounding odd? What's not odd? I bet we can tell by listening to a certain part of the song.
No way.
Well, it seems you're going more and prove that last. Tim is just as safe for himself. So it's the part that proves that if he was playing with one hand, right before the guitar burst in flame. Like it was definitely playing with one hand, so put the guitar on fire. 1 second of the song proves I don't. Okay, cool. No, all you go down. Man, I don't know. Then I got 25% chance. Last section? Afraid no hit. What'd you pay the dollars, prosecutor Gabby? I don't think it's that section.
It's a beautiful song, and the lyrics are outstanding.
I think that means there's no problem with the section at all. Wait, so what's the odd thing? Like, person, first half, second first, right? I know, isn't it a fine place to compare that? Your Honor, if you give me one more chance, I think I'm fine. I suppose we don't have a choice. Very well. Yep. So let's listen to the first half of the second. Awesome. Yeah, no freaking all. How about that one? Is it the first section? My bad. Let's give him. Prosecutor Gavin, I'm sure you've realized by now. Just what it was, that's how odd to you.
As I'm sure you've realized it yourself, Hair Forehead.
Realized what? I'll demonstrate. Let's listen to the following question again, shall we? Pay particular attention to the but a fleeting melody phrase.
Man, how many times do we have to listen to the same thing?
You're right, enough of that. Let's move into another section, shall we? Another section? The guitar pushing in flame at the end of the second verse. Singing in the same spot in the first verse. Pitching to "Oh, that night in your embrace." Pray verse 2 again? There, did you hear that? They feel the same too. They're clearly very different. What? Well put, Yana. The phrase in verse 2 is quite simple. But the same phrase in verse 1 has high and low notes. Have these two hands to play that for sure.
What was it?
I think you know that by now.
That's why I hate dealing with amateurs, man. So the two verses had different arrangements, happen all the time. Not this time, Darian. No point in changing an arrangement if you can't hear it clearly. And that wasn't the point. I had him play specifically so that the piano would stay in the background. Oh! Was what I noticed. Why should the same phrase sound slightly different? I asked myself.
That's so fun Maki changed how he played. There's only one answer. He needed a free hand to press the switch. Order! Wait, this ties all the facts together. Oh, that's my cool record, my bad. All posture, Gavin?
Yes, quite. Though personally, this comes as a terrible disappointment.
What? No comeback? Can't believe it. I finally did. I shut him up. Very well. Barring an objection from the prosecution, I'm going to state the court's opinion on the matter.
Good show, Sleeves. No, great show.
It's not over. I don't like it when it looks so hacky.
You tell him, Gavin. Tell him what's so disappointing. Personally, I'm terribly disappointed. In you, Hair Forehead.
What? Me?
Yes, don't get me wrong, your case is solid. The facts all check out, but even now, you have yet to show us a single piece of decisive evidence.
Yeah, but the facts, anyone can see it was him. Fortunately, anyone does not include the law. If the case doesn't cut, but as the facts might point to the same conclusion, that decisive evidence is not proof. That's the rule under our current legal system. I don't believe it. It does not seem as though the defense is any more obvious to present.
Oh, I think if we did already, it would have seen a long way back.
It's unfortunate, but at present the court is unable to acknowledge the accusation. What? They're staring us all right in the face. Why can't they see it? What's the point of a legal system that protects criminals? Paulo, remember what Daddy said?
Won't be easy proving he did it. Especially not in the current court system.
That's what I do.
Like I said, good luck. And be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Every man has an igniter inside him. Find Darian Krishin's igniter and set it off.
What do I mean by every man's igniter? I think it's meant a weak spot, no? I think that a single spark could turn into a wildfire of emotion. I'll be able to push him further by confession means. Can't find a weak spot in the sky, something fatal.
So, can I get back to work now, or what? It made it like I got a lot of time on my hands, but I got no more time to play pretend with this deadweight attorney.
Well, Mr. Justice, come this far without decisive evidence. This won't be going back to stand until let him go. Every man has an igniter.
Huh?
Didn't you say the better the guitar, the brighter it burns, Prosecutor Gavin?
Ah, yes. Good guitars are kept dry is why. That provides the best sound.
Even a small spark could cause irreparable damage. Your plan has an igniter in it too, Detective. It was there from the very beginning.
What?
Fine time, Justice. If you blow this one, I'll be out of your hands for good. Go for it, Apollo.
What, and this igniter's supposed to burn me up?
Oh, you can save it.
It's almost poetic there, Mr. Attorney. All the better. I'm rather fond of poetry, and I intend to hear this one through to the very end. Herr Forehead, you are accusing this man, Darren Crescendo, of 2 crimes, the murder of Mr. Latouche and the smuggling of a Burgundian cocoon. This is your last chance to prove your case.
Trial's already won, far too long. It's Justice, this will be my last word. The moment this igniter of yours turns out to be a dud, the moment this cross-examination ends. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. And let's have it. So what's the basis for these accusations against Darren Crescendo? This will be my last chance. Key that I'll take. What should I do? I mean, I don't think I have more evidence. Should I call a witness? Should I call Maki? If we get a call witness. Igniters and a piece of evidence.
So what is?
It is true that I couldn't show decisive evidence. Perhaps what I needed to prove my case was something else.
You mean a witness?
Proving his guilt is a tall order. I've got just the person to do it. Very well, Mr. Justice. With this person who can prove Darren Crescendo's guilt. Here's your marquee. One person who can prove Darren Crescendo's guilt is the defendant, Maki Tobaye. Your client? Again? Maki Tobaye was an accomplice to the cocoon smuggling plot. Without him, Darren Crescendo could not have gotten the cocoon. Furthermore, he can easily prove that the one who plotted to smuggle that cocoon is the real criminal in this case. How so? Quite just one of the very cocoons Mr. Latouche was looking for. Cooperation with the Republic of Virginia, we could burn a cocoon. One cocoon would leave a particular, a residue we would, no doubt, also find inside the burnt out guitar. Ah, very scientific of you. Thus, if Maki Tobaye acknowledges his agreement with Darren Crescendo concerning the attempted smuggling of a Burgundian cocoon, the case is solved. Dan's laughing again.
Your unwilling passion is remarkable. You really want to get me, don't you? Too bad you'll never be able to.
Why not?
Little key tickler won't acknowledge anything, especially not anything to do with cocoon smuggling.
What's it all about?
Taking the cocoon out of the country means death by Burgundian law.
Ah.
Yeah, see? If our pianist really was a smuggler, then testifying about it would be suicide. Believe me, he's not talking.
But you're wrong, Detective Crescendo.
What?
It's the other way around. Maki doesn't admit smuggling here. He's in deep trouble.
How?
Look, if Maki admits smuggling here, then he'll be tried in our courts by our laws. Don't get the death penalty for smuggling in our country.
Ah!
The victim in this case was an undercover Interpol agent. I'm sure that news has already reached Bulgaria.
And they'll likely broadcast our dealings in court today, including the part about the Burgundian cocoon. Yeah, but...
But if Maki doesn't admit smuggling now, he'll eventually be picked up by the Burgundian police. It's not like he's in any danger in our court. We're not going to find him guilty of murder here. Not now.
Yeah, because extradition doesn't exist in this game either, like many things in the law. Yeah, but you can't do this. You can't accuse me.
Maybe the law doesn't allow it. Who's going to think you're really innocent after hearing the trial? Same goes for Maki Tobaye.
Ah!
Cocoon smuggling your entire plan. Maki Tobaye knows everything. There's only one way out of it for him. And that's to acknowledge his own crime. The crime of cocoon smuggling.
Flip my hair. Strike a pose. Stroke it.
Don't stroke your floppy hair.
Don't worry there. I'll get you out of the country. I'll set you up someplace. A hidden mansion, real nice. You want a house made out of cookies? No, a house made out of pianos? Come on. Please. Don't tank.
How the fuck did he do that?
Tyrion, consider that my last session with you. We rocked.
I'm guessing you didn't treat that outburst as a confession. Oh, he's laughing again. Kind of sick desperation in it now, though. Well, I've been listening to his trial.
Yes.
And your talk? You'll tell this court everything? I didn't want it to turn out this way, but I'm not the kind of lawyer that can overlook a crime.
Today's trial was all for your benefit, you know. I see no reason why you should hesitate now. I knew, from beginning, I knew.
Maki.
Situation I cannot explain, but money I needed. Very much money.
Today's trial. There's a delicate issue with our legal system. The only thing definite in a court of law is evidence. It's the golden rule, however.
It has become apparent that not all things can be tried by this standard.
In other cases of this sort suffice.
Surface.
Shut the fuck up. May have to consider an alternate system by which to administer justice. Anyway, Mr. Maki Tobaye,
Yes.
I promise you to receive a fair trial by the laws of our country. And with regards to the current charge for the murder of Mr. Otus, it's court is prepared to announce a verdict.
I thank you. I only lie, but you see truth. You find truth.
That's our job. Very well. Let's go find the defendant, Maki Tobaye. Not guilty. If I can. Court is adjourned. July 10th, 4:42 p.m. to the court fan lobby number 2.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to Maki. Well, he did smuggle a cocoon up again, yeah. I guess there'll be another fall here.
All's well that ends well.
Daddy!
I broke my stench.
I'm what?
Is something wrong?
I'm sorry, Marco is your partner on this stage, your friend.
Yes, I thought of him as my own son. Even now, I do. Yet, something got a hold of him, something evil. I see that. And he must pay for what he has done. Is that not how it should be?
I'm still sorry.
Do not be sorry. You have given me courage.
Courage?
I am considering eye operation.
It was my suggestion, actually.
You mean you'll be able to see again?
It's funny, I have always been afraid of the light. Light seems so harsh, so unforgiving.
According to the doctor, Lamrar lost her sight due to some kind of accident.
An accident?
As you know, I suffer from amnesia. I feared that if I could see, perhaps it would open my eyes to the truth I have been running from. I was scared.
You know what changed her mind? Hearing your defense in there today. She could feel your gaze, unwavering, always looking straight at the truth.
If the light returns to my eyes, I think I will take up painting.
Painting? That's right, she's the landscape painter in sound, after all.
I will paint the two of you, I promise.
Woohoo, I can't wait, Lamar.
I owe you my thanks too, Apollo.
Thanks, Mr. White, but for what?
You reminded me I need to hurry things along. On my secret mission, that is.
White, your secret mission.
Apollo, Chushi, I hope that we'll meet again someday soon.
You bet, me too. And so, like a ballad, far flowed on and on, till it came to the end. Thanks to the trial, Tara's serenade was a huge hit. Posterior Gavin's even more dazzling to look at now. But something I want to say to that guy. Next time you're on a ballad, have them catch the killer at the end. Thanks for this episode, Gabby. The like, subscribe, good service, and more money.
Rock on.
Good night.
Gabby the game night, Gabby the game night, Gabby the game night, yay. Come on and watch her play. New games every other day. If you subscribe now, you won't miss out on any of the action. So come on, click that subscribe button.